back to speed lessons. In this lesson, we're going to briefly cover how to convert units of speed. So, the common units of speed are meters per second and kilometers per hour and miles per hour. And in this lesson, I'm going to focus on how to convert meters per second into kilometers per hour and other way around. So now look at this one. So before we converting miles per second into kilometer per hours and other way around, let's just check you remember these simple things. 1 hour is 60 minutes and 60 minutes. So changing to seconds times 60, that is 3,600 seconds. So we can see 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. Then 1 kilometer, yes, 1,000 meter. And then again, times by 100, that is 100,000 centimeters. So 1 kilometer is the same as 100,000 centimeter. Then now, let's convert our speed unit. Here, an airline travels at the speed of 576 kilometer per hour. Kilometer, then let's write in this as a fraction. And 1 hour, it goes 576 kilometer per hour. We need to convert this into meters per second. So let's see, you've got a kilometer into meter. What you need to do? Yes, right, you need to times 1,000. So times 1,000, you've got a 576,000 meters. Then now hour into seconds, so you times by 3,600. So now this is the result. Now let's actually simplify it. So you divide by 100, then you've got a 5,760 and 36, divide by 6 each, then again, then finally we've got a 160 meters per second. That means it goes 160 meters every second. Okay, now let's see. Express the speed of 20 meters per second into kilometer per hour. This is the opposite way, right? So now let's see. We need to change, we need to convert meter to kilometer. We need to divide it by 1,000. And that is 20 divided by 1,000. Then second into hour divided by 3,600. That is 1 hour 3,600. Let's calculate them. Let's make it into division number sentence. 20,000 divided by 1, 3,600. Now we can change this into, let's simplify it all together later, okay? Now you need to times it by upside down the fraction. Then let's see, divide by 100, then divide by 10. Then our final answer is 2 times 36, that gives you 72. See your unit, kilometer per hour. So that means 1 hour, it travels 72 kilometers. Now, so we've been talking about how to convert units, how to convert the speed units. Generally, you've got a meters per second and you've got a kilometer per hour. So make sure when you convert it meter to kilometer, what happened? You divide it, you times by 1,000, and you change seconds into hour, you times 3,600. Now from now, we are going to practice small speed word problems. Let's have a look. A lorry travels 450 kilometers in 5 hours. For the first 300 kilometers, the lorry travels at an average speed of 100 kilometers per hour. Calculate the average speed of the lorry for the remaining 150 kilometers. Pause the video and then identify distance, time, and speed. Let's go. So if you find it tricky, always try to draw. Okay, drawing is really helpful. So let's see, let's underline the important bit. First, you got an entire journey, 450 kilometers. That is our distance, and the total time is 5 hours, right? As you can see, it has got a different section. So first section, the first 300 kilometers, that is a distance of the first section, and as you can see, speed is 100 kilometers per hour, and we've got a missing value, that is a time. So always you need to organize your information from your question. Then now let's see our final goal. That is, we need to find the speed of the remaining 150 kilometers. So you've got a difference, another section. Your distance is 150 kilometers, right? Then we've got a speed. That's our final goal. Then we also need to find this time for this section. Otherwise, we can't solve our question. So to find the speed, we must know about time. But here, we've got a clue. Focus on your first section. We definitely can find our time, right? Since we've got a distance and speed, time is distance divided by speed. So let's calculate the time for the first section. That is 300 divided by 10 is 3 hours. So we know that it takes 3 hours for the first 450 kilometers. Then we know that the total time is 5 hours. That means the remaining part, it takes 2 hours. Now, we've got a time, we've got a distance. That means we can calculate the speed. So speed is distance divided by time. So 150 divided by 2 hours is 75. Your unit is kilometer per hour. So this speed is not the total speed, right? The question asks you to find the speed of the remaining part. So we're going to write down 75 kilometers per hour. That's our answer. Now, this is very similar to the previous one. Then try to follow my steps. Read the question and try to draw to understand the situation. Now the bus travels 83 miles in 3 hours. You've got distance and time. For the first, you will see the different sections, right? 45 miles, you've got a speed that is 30. Then you need to find the speed of the remaining 35 miles. You've got a total distance is 83 miles. Then we know the time, that is 3 hours. Then now we've got a first 48 miles. Distance is 48 miles. Then we know that speed is 30 miles per hour. Then directly we know that time is missing. We can calculate, right? Then let's take another one. Then another part is 35 miles. Then the final goal is we need to find the speed of this section. And to find the speed, we also need to know about the time. What did we do? Yeah, to find the speed, we calculate time is a distance divided by speed. Say time is 48 divided by 30 is, so let's make it into the mixed number. That is 1 3/5. So that means it's 1 3/5 hour. Then we know that it's 1 hour and 3/5 hour. That means total hour is 3 hours. So we can find that the other part, it takes 1 2/5 hour for our remaining part. So our speed is 35 divided by 1 2/5. So let's calculate this. So 35 divided by 1 2/5. So change the mixed number into improper fraction and then division into times. So 35 times, upside down the fraction. Then I think we can simplify it by 7. So our answer is 25. Check your unit is speed. That's why it's mile per hour. That is our answer. Now, Again, let's see. Always identify your missing values. May and Adit both start walking along a 2-kilometer track at the same time. May works at a speed of 1.5 km per hour, and then Adit works at a speed of 1 km per hour. When May reaches the end of the track, how long does she have to wait there for Adit to join her? Now, let's underline our important bits. So, the total journey is 2 km. Then, speed of May is 1.5, and then Adit, they've got a different speed. Definitely, they will have a different time to finish their journey, right? So now, let's have a look at the May first, but our final goal is how long? Wait, that means we need to figure it out, the time, right? So let's see, May. I'm gonna draw to understand the context. So distance is 2 km. May, her speed is 1.5 km per hour. Then distance is 2 km because they reached the end of the track. Then time is missing, right? Then our missing value is time. Then Adit, again, speed is 1 km per hour, and then distance is the same, 2 km, and time is, we need to find. So let's calculate the times for both of children. Now, time is distance divided by speed, 2 km divided by 1.5. So let's make it into 20 out of 15. That is a 4/3. And change into mixed numbers, 1 and 1/3. 1/3 is a 20 minutes, right? So it's 1 hour and 20 minutes. Then Adit's time is 2 km divided by 1. Easily you can see it's 2 hours. Now let's see that our final goal is how long does May need to wait for Adit. So May takes just 1 hour and 20 minutes, but Adit takes 2 hours. So he needs to wait 40 minutes. That is our answer. Okay, so this is the end of the lesson. So just remember how to convert meters per second into kilometer per hour, or the other way around. Then, when it comes to the speed word problem, please identify DTS and then figure out what is your missing value. Okay, I will see you at next lesson. Bye!